Hi, this is Jorge, the Iceman Mena. Welcome. Tonight in this podcast, we're going to talk a little bit about cards. Now, cards seems to be the starting point for every magician today. In the old days, like our friend Dave Devlin has said, it was coins. Today is cards. So my question to you is the one that has been posed to me many times. So how do you get started in magic, and how do you get started in magic with cards? Well, the first thing that I suggest that you do is buy a few decks of cards. There are different brands. They have a different feel to them. You can start with Bicycle, which is, I think every magician has a deck of Bicycle. And then you also have the Phoenix backs and the Phoenix with a large index. And there are even some fancy cards. I love the fancy black and gold for television and video work because they really stand out. In addition to the decks that you get, a mat is very, very important because without a mat, the cards can go anywhere on the surface. Table, if you're doing close-up magic or walk around and you have a little table and you don't have a mat, the cards can go anywhere. But with a mat, the cards just seem to spread out beautifully. They stay in place, and it makes it all the much easier to handle the cards. So definitely a mat. And there are different colors, different makes, different styles, different decorations. Make it whatever suits your style and your personality. Same thing with the cards. You're going to have to try quite a bit, quite a few decks before you find the one that really feels good in your hands. Another thing that I suggest is today anybody can go online and find hundreds of people online teaching you a card trick. Well, a magician is a performer, and what makes a performer unique is his or her style. So learn the mechanics, learn the technique behind how to handle the decks, how to do any of the card handlings that you'll require for most effects. We don't call them tricks per se, effects. Once you learn those, practice, and then once you've mastered the effect, make it your own. Inject your personality. It has to be you, and it has to be a storytelling process where you take the audience on somewhat of a ride into the theater of the mind. So copying other people's work, it usually doesn't sell you, and you as the magician, as the performer, are the most important element of your presentation. So practice. It's okay to go to the classics, see the masters, because all of us stand on the shoulders of giants. They've brought the techniques to where we have them today. But also, notice how different an effect varies from performer to performer. And decide, what is your style? How do you want to be perceived? What persona do you want to project to your audience? And why? Ask yourself why. And then as you're developing your effects, your presentation, try to have a theme, something that, even if you go from cards to coins to other genres, make sure that there's a common thread, something that allows the audience to follow along with you. And you'll find that storytelling as you perform is going to make that presentation all the more powerful. So again, what do you need? Well, at amg.com or amgmagic.com, you can find all kinds of decks of cards, different makes. Test, experiment with them, see what feels right for you. And then a mat, super important. And last but not least, if you're going to learn, you're going to have a mentor, and if you don't have one, then fortunately we have books and DVDs where you can learn to master not only the mechanics, but learn different effects that you can then take and adapt and make them your own. So congratulations on delving into the waters of performance magic. Wish you all the best, and thanks for joining me on this blogcast on amgmagic.com.